What's up, boys? It's your boy George My Books. You can follow me on Facebook. All subscribe to my YouTube channel so we can chop it up. Real quick, I just want to say this and I'm going to get this off my chest about the Fat Joe situation. You know, Fat Joe, man, and I like Fat Joe music, man. I never, Fat Joe was like one of the first real rappers to stand up to 50 Cent, man. But Fat Joe, man, is misinformed. He's too proudly misinformed. When I'm listening to him speak, Fat Joe is just, he doesn't have a real argument. I mean, Fat Joe was scared to even mention Tyreek Nasheed's name. He didn't even want to mention his name. He knew his name. He knew who he was talking about. He didn't even want to mention his name. The documentary that Tyreek Nasheed, my words stuck time. The documentary that Tyreek Nasheed put out was to educate the public. And Fat Joe, and I'm not even going to say Puerto Ricans because a lot of Latino people didn't say they created hip hop. Fat Joe said that. And the reason why Fat Joe feels like this is because he is confused. He doesn't, Fat Joe, if you come across this video, brother, you're not black. You're not black. It doesn't matter. Like, Fat Joe keeps saying Puerto Ricans were there. They keep saying Jamaicans were there. My brother, it don't matter. It doesn't matter who was Puerto Rican. It doesn't matter. When they came among black people, they were influenced by black culture. Somebody being Puerto Rican or Jamaican or whatever, that's to make you feel good. You see what I'm saying? That's to make you feel good. It's irrelevant. Y'all keep over-expressing somebody's nationality. Oh, he's Jamaican. It don't matter. Oh, he's the first Puerto Rican. So what? Fat Joe fails to understand. Brother, and I like Fat Joe. He just fails to understand. All the elements of hip-hop already existed before they was calling it that. The rapping and the dancing, all this stuff existed way before a Puerto Rican. You didn't create anything. You just came and used his influence. Why is it so hard to give black people credit? Fat Joe? I'm not going to give him the racist jacket. I just think Fat Joe needs to stop with his emotions, stop being so emotional, and just sit down and just listen. Just listen. Because if Fat Joe, if you had some respect for black people and black culture, just listen. You're making an argument that we're not even making. No one, he keeps saying Puerto Ricans. It don't matter, Fat Joe, brother, who was Puerto Rican. It don't matter. Y'all didn't bring anything to the culture. You're not an influence. You are influenced by us, Fat Joe. You act like us. You talk like us. All that nigga talk, that's us. You want to be us. And I understand, like Fat Joe. And stop saying, in his mind, Fat Joe says, oh, I'm from the Bronx, and who ain't from the Bronx can't say anything. Fat Joe, you're the guest. You're the guest. You're the outsider. It don't matter if someone is not from the Bronx. You're Puerto Rican. You're Latino. You are from a different ethnic group. It does not matter if someone from the outside is not from the Bronx. Hip-hop is black music. You're the outsider. You're the guest. You're the one that was invited to the kitchen table. It don't matter, Fat Joe. So stop saying, oh, because they say, oh, I'm from the Bronx, and he ain't even from the Bronx. Nah, no. It don't work that way. You are the guest. You're the guest. It does not matter how many black people you hung out with. It doesn't matter because we have black people. And Fat Joe, man, it's to the point where, brother, we let people come among us and get so comfortable to the point where they going to tell us what it is. And Fat Joe, no. If you have respect for black people, it shouldn't be an argument. Black people created hip-hop, and other people, Latinos, were influenced. That's it. What's the argument? All that radical and Fat Joe. And then I say this all the time about Latino people. Y'all need to stop coming to America. Even if you just live here, stop picking up these white talking points. Oh, he's radical, he's racist. White people call black people radical. You see what I'm saying? That's a talking point they use. See, Fat Joe, the so-called man, black guy, because he said he's black, that's down with us, is regurgitating their talking points, calling us radical. And all because he disagreed with the fact that hip-hop was not created by Puerto Ricans. They're trying to force us to go along with their false narrative. And if we don't, we're racist and we're hating. But I'm like, no, you're trying to gaslight the situation. Hip-hop was created by black people. It doesn't matter if Kool Herc was Jamaican. Because when he came from Jamaica, he didn't create hip-hop himself. He didn't bring anything from Jamaica. And the Puerto Ricans that were there, they didn't bring anything from Puerto Rican culture. I mean, all the Puerto Ricans that came later amongst black people all said that they were influenced by black people. And this is according to the Puerto Ricans. No one even knew that no one knew Kool Herc was Puerto Rican. No one knew DJ Kool Herc was Jamaican. No one knew. The emphasis on somebody's nationality is irrelevant because you're just trying to discredit black people. It doesn't matter who other cultures that had nothing to do with hip hop. DJ Kool Herc he was just a Jamaican by coincidence. That's it. All those Latino people that came later didn't create any dances. They was just Latinos influence. And Fat Joe have to accept that. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're not saying because they keep saying Puerto Ricans wasn't there. It don't matter if they were there. It could have been 10 million Puerto Ricans there. It don't matter. It could have been 10 million. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't change the fact that hip hop is black culture. Everything about it. Because if you go back and listen to the foundation of it, where it came from, all the elements of hip hop already existed. From James Brown, we've been rapping on beat, we've been breakdancing, it just already existed. We was already doing hip hop, it just wasn't labeled as hip hop. And then later on in the 70s, in New York, it became a genre. Puerto Ricans came and like Fat Joe, I don't understand what is your argument? Like, all you keep doing is saying how somebody's Puerto Rican. This person is Puerto Rican. He even went as far as to say, Lloyd Banks is Puerto Rican, and the nationality don't mean anything. And so, and that got nothing to do with it. Or we live next to blacks. So what? White people live next to black people. Rock music come from black people. White people took it over. They have been influenced by rock music. It was originally black music. But did white people create rock music? No. Because they live next to us? No. You were influenced. And that's just what it is. Now, I like Fat Joe. I really do. I just think that the brother needs to get out of his emotions, sit down with some brothers, chop it up, and we just let you know what it is, bro. That's all. Ain't no reason to get everybody say, he's racist and all these things, stuff like that. Now, Fat Joe, bro, I don't think he's confused because Fat Joe, he doesn't want to accept the fact that hip hop is black music. It doesn't come from Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans are not the influence. You have never been an influence. And even at my young age, you've never been an influence. Never. Just growing up as a child. When I grew up to 50 Cent, the Lloyd Banks, the Lil Waynes, and the Jersey Club era and stuff like that, and when we would go to parties and stuff like that, all the latest dances that we were doing, the Dougie and Stinky Leg and all that stuff like that at that time, a Latino person had nothing to do with it. You're not even making hip-hop now, Fat Joe. Puerto Ricans are not making hip-hop now. Don't tell me about Young Ma. No, because he thinks that, like, he doesn't understand. It doesn't matter if Jim Jones is Puerto Rican, Lloyd Banks is Puerto Rican. It don't matter. He ain't acting like one. He ain't acting like a Puerto Rican. Lloyd Banks is and even Shakur Stevenson, I say, he's not Puerto Rican. He's not Puerto. Lloyd Banks and none of these guys, they're not Puerto Rican. It doesn't. Then ethnically, they're not Puerto Rican. They have Puerto Rican background, but they're not Puerto Rican. It don't matter how much other people have a Puerto Rican background. They're not bringing anything from Puerto Rican culture. Because, Fat Joe, you said Puerto Ricans helped create hip hop. So if you say that, then you have to explain what did you help create. Or we were the first. No, it don't matter. What he fails to understand is that all the elements of hip hop already existed. All the elements existed in music that we already created. You can hear the rapping from James Brown, so many people. Al Green had a rap. Ray Charles had a rap. B.E. King, rhyming to the beat have already existed. It been existed already, Fat Joe. But that's all I gotta say about it, man. Fat Joe, man. I think you owe the community an apology. You are on your high horse. You become a little too comfortable. And just sit down and just, have it. Lord Jamar offered a intellectual conversation. And a type of debate, and you don't have any kind of arguments or nothing, so you're in your feelings. Because Fat Joe can't prove that Puerto Ricans helped create hip hop. Because it's just simply not true. It's just not true. It has nothing to do with hate. It has nothing to do with someone not liking Puerto Ricans. It's just not true. Hip hop is black music. You were influenced. And that's just what it is. And that's all I gotta say about it. I'm out.